Welcome to the Educational Passport Foundation. With the support of Epf.Africa Youth Association and United Nations online volunteers, we have highlighted real stories regarding migration, education, poverty, and unemployment in the Republic of the Gambia. We invite you to watch and discover the current challenges and implications so that we can learn how to help solve them and support.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for part 2 of our interview with Seedy. So let's get to the questions. So Seedy, you told us a lot about your journey from how you moved from your hometown to Europe. You've explained to us the psychological effects, the kind of things that you have seen on the way. So based on what you've seen, did you expect it? Or were there any more challenges that you may have not mentioned that you also faced during this entire transition?
Expecting, I think nobody expect anything else in this journey. The only thing people think about is that this journey is just you get into a car from boss to boss and get into
Yes.
boom boom. It's like suck suck. The first information that is spreading in our society, in our local society, is making it's and we all know that false informations are they're always fast to spread, and people do believe easily false information that we want. And so I never believed that I'm gonna face those things. And even people tell you if you're at home, if people tell you this happened, you wouldn't believe them. You wouldn't trust them. Until maybe if they show you some proof, that you can believe it. I know that there are people dying on this journey. I know that some things can happen. But my eyes have seen that people are selling people as slaves. I've seen that Africans as a soldiers, police will ask you to pay money or they beat you. I've seen police in Burkina Faso beating African because they don't pay money before they're gonna cross the border. They just need you to pay money or they shoot you. I've seen African killing African just because they want you to pay money. Be gone. I've seen African killing African because they want to save his life. They want to get away from the other people. I've seen that Africans selling African to Arab people. So there are so many things that people would believe, but we have to change the narrative. We have to give them the real information because we pass through these things. So what I have seen, I don't think that I will even believe those days when I was in Gambia. But then when I saw what I've seen, I wasn't just shocked. I was like, I was asking myself, is this happening only to me or is it for everyone? Is everybody surprised? And yeah, everybody is surprised and everybody is disappointed because they all were expecting something different. So I've seen people die in the Sahara Desert. They will tell a friend, tell my mom that I couldn't make it. I've seen people that I know, they walk in the Sahara and they're dead. I've seen dead bodies in my eye. And nobody want to see a dead body facing you and looking at it like this. Sometimes you even see yourself dead because myself, I didn't believe that I'm going to make it to either because there are so many things that happened to me on my journey. I thought I'm going to die. So these are not things that you are expecting. Nobody want to sacrifice his life to be in Europe. People will know that something is happening, people are dying, but they are not sure if this is what is going to happen. Because if they know that this is just what they have gone through is what's going to happen to them, they won't go. So no, I wasn't expecting that before I took this journey, and I've seen a lot, and this had one of the worst things that I've seen through the journey.
Wow, that sounds really intense. And when you decided to undertake your journey from Gambia, did you think of any of the consequences that could come with it? Maybe, for example, you might lose your life or being kidnapped or...
Yeah, like I said, die. I knew that then I have this faith that everybody's gonna die, and I knew that if I'm gonna die there, then maybe that's where I should lose my life. But I know that if it's all about kidnapping. That's happened to everybody, but not everybody's kidnapped. But I knew that there are people who are kidnapped and there are people who are dead out there. But I believe that also that I could make it, and I've never been kidnapped, so and I didn't die. But does that happen to other people? There are people who are kidnapped and they're dead. So it means me telling you that I make it to you doesn't mean that there's nothing happening. Okay, but me making it here, I need to tell people what is really happening. And the fact is, your life is 90% risk coming through this journey. Because you're thinking about crossing those borders, you could lose your life just passing borders. You pay everything. You in the boss, like you pay your fee, everything. You are still in danger. You be in Niger to go to Libya, you're still in danger because you need to cross Sahara Desert. We all know what Sahara is. Sometimes people don't have water to drink. You know what they drink? They drink their urine. So these are simple things. These are just simple things. So
Yeah.
if somebody make a video during this journey, but you don't have the time to make this video because you don't even have that mindset here because you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
You're thinking about how am I gonna survive here? You're not thinking about
Exactly.
how am I gonna make people to see what is happening here. There are people who
Yeah.
make videos, but it's not something that So, like I said, yeah,
Yeah, I think at that point you're just trying to stay alive, trying to get through it. I don't think recording or showing people is what
never
comes to
know.
your mind first.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
CD, so on your Facebook page, you have always discussed the impact of migration on one's psychological state. I mean, in our entire discussion, also, you've mentioned the kind of horrors that you've seen throughout your entire journey. Could you tell us more about how this could affect your psychological, mental state while you are there, or maybe others you have encountered with such problems?
I have the experience, I went through this journey and I know what it's all about taking this journey to Europe, you know. And I'll just give you just a small info. Since I came to Europe, the first week I came to this Europe, I said I'm gonna change the narrative. I promised myself I have to do something. Then I created a page called What's on Italy. I created this page in a sense that I need to inform people in our community in Africa because everybody will say I'm going to Italy, and this is why I put the name What is happening on Italy? What's on Italy? And this page is a migrant platform that will inform migrants about
Mm.
this migration route, but not about migration route only, but also everything that concerns with migrants information. I try to support migrants who are going through psychological issues, who need people to talk to, because I know that there are people who are going through a lot psychological. They have psychological issues, problems, and they need to talk to somebody else that they can trust. They can talk to them. So I create this page. I start to keep sharing these informations. What is happening on Libya? What is happening in the Mediterranean Sea? How many people died? I use this like at starting. I share the information from Al Jazeera, BBC when there is tragedy in the Mediterranean Sea, so that people could see. Because I know that young people are now taking their information from social media, from Facebook. So this is how I use to make sure that people know the reality about this journey before they will take it. And I started to share information about Sahara days and Akka days from Africa, what happened, you know. Then the platform went zo boom, and people get started. I got like thousands of followers. I get to know that there are so many people who didn't even know that this is really happening in this journey
Wow.
because the information they get and the information they get from my platform is something different,
Yeah.
you know. So then later, then myself, because I know psychologically this is affecting me, and this is gonna affect so many people. And I know that in our society, we are not people who are very open to go to psychologists
Yeah.
and talk about their problems, which means there must be somewhere else where they can freely express themselves, share their problems. So then I create a safe platform so that migrants could know and find out who to talk to. You know? And
Yeah.
now, like I said, myself, I take example always by myself, what I've seen, how it affects me. But now, to do that, I have to make sure that I take example of myself. If I face this, if because I know that I am strong, you know, I mean, psychologically, I am very, very strong.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
I see that is everybody like me? No, no. So, and this is, or this affects so many refugees today.
Yes.
You know,
Mm.
I don't know whether you know, if you go to my page, you see that we see so many migrants who are now going crazy, who are totally crazy. Some of them are psychologically off. They are no more themselves. People will say that, I don't know, they will do things that you wouldn't believe. But if you look at these people's story, people don't care anymore. But if you look at these people, they need help. They need our help. They need the society. They need the people. You know? So, which means this road itself, the things that you see, what you're going to experience altogether is too much. It affects
Mm.
everybody.
It does indeed. And the way you explained it, it's just, I mean, you can't begin to describe the kind of issues that migrants face because just because you've moved out from your home, but the journey itself has impacted you so strongly, it will last you your entire life. There's no way you can just forget about that instantly. So I really commend your efforts in sharing all this information on your Facebook page so that people who wouldn't get this kind of information through you are getting first-hand experience, and that is truly the best thing that they can get. I really hope for the success of your page and that more and more people get to see it through your efforts. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, and also like you rightfully said, Siri, that people there's a whole taboo about seeking help when it comes to psychological help. So people don't like to do that. And I'm from South Africa, and I know that especially in African communities, they do not like to seek help. Like it's a big taboo. Like you're crazy going to see a psychologist or someone. So I think that's really great that you've given them that space so that taboo is not there if they need someone to speak to. I think that's really great.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
and Siri, what advice would you give? What advice would you give someone who's thinking of undertaking this journey that we're speaking of?
The advice is don't, never try it. My advice would be don't take it. Look, there is good news, okay? If you're watching me, we need my advice. I will tell you this. Yeah, I know one thing you're gonna say. CD, why you said we wouldn't take this journey and you took this journey and now you're
Yes.
here. Okay. That's my side of story, okay? But now I have a good news for you. And I have a positive news for you. That time, that money, that knowledge and idea and that hard work you're gonna do with the whole time you're gonna use for this journey. All those struggles you're gonna use for this journey. Believe me, use it at home. That money for anything, business or whatever. The time, you know, the hard work you're gonna put on this, the energy. If you use it at home, you're gonna be something different. Okay. And secondly, there are so many of you who are educated and smart and very, very, out talented. And now there are so many ways to be in Europe. I think day before yesterday, I went to Berlin for a MMN trainers of trainers workshop where we're gonna be training as advocates to train local people in the community in Africa so that they can know what are the other perspectives if you want to come to Europe. What are the chances without taking the illegal migration? I'm gonna give you this. There are so many ways. If you're a student, there are so many places. There are so many opportunities for you. You just need for your time, and you need to work hard. Harder in the sense that if you want to be a student, you wanna come to Europe, you need to find out what I have to do. You just try to make the criteria. Find out what do I need to come to Europe and study here. If you have a bachelor, you know that there are thousands of people who are applying the same application. What do you need? You still work hard. You still need something, something even more. If you can do your master's, do it. Then find out and come and do your PhD. But of course, to come to Europe is the easiest thing. The only thing you need is just find the best way. And now in Africa, people are taking their information from wrong people, from these fake news, fake platforms. You get to know which platform is fake, which platform is reliable for me. So that if you're gonna get information, if you're gonna be getting your information, you get the information from the right source. Okay, like a student visa, like whatever, scholarship. These are things that are disturbing so many people because so many people will try get fake news from people and say we're gonna give you a visa, whatever, and at the end they are disappointed. So I'm gonna say never try it. If you're a student, you can come to Europe and study easily. If you have a talent, you can come to Europe easily. You just need to be creative. If you have a job, and now in Germany, that's what we German people they have a law now that will give chance to third world countries in Africa to come to Germany and search for a job for 6 months. And if they have a job, if they find a job that is suitable in their own profession, they can stay and work. What you mean? Stay, there's opportunity for you. But what can you do? You're gonna ask yourself, what can I do? What do I have to present? If you don't have something to present, now do it at home. But don't take this journey because this journey is not just risk, it's expensive.
Mm.
Okay? It will take you thousands of money to be the place you are. And your life will be 90% in risk. So my advice would be work harder. You get it, before you will take or risk your life to come to Europe.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I think that's very powerful. I mean, a great message to the youth of Gambia or anyone who's thinking of such a dangerous journey. I think that's a very, very important message.
Thank you.
I think we've come to the end of our interview. Seedy, is there anything else you would like to add? Because I think we've discussed a lot of great things.
My final message is that I'm very, very happy that you people are trying to volunteer, come together, try to change the narrative. This is what we needed. We need people like you. Come out, we join together, we share, what should be shared, and we have to do it by ourselves as migrants, as refugees, as advocates, as students. We have to come together and change the narrative. Because today, this world would be a better world if we come together,
Definitely.
and doing this. Really, I am very, very glad, and it's really amazing, and I'm looking forward to see how successful this is gonna be, and I hope so that and I'm 100% sure that this is gonna go through. So, I just want to say, keep it up, guys, for the great job that you're doing.
Thank you for coming to speak with us today and sharing your insights. I think we've had a very, very fruitful conversation, and I think that's very important to shed light on not only your struggles, but also the struggles of so many other people out there. And we applaud you for the great work that you're doing for others, because like you also said, that each of us play our small role. So, and that's what contributes to a greater good.
That's right.
So thank you all for watching and supporting our journey throughout this entire project. We have many, many more videos coming up, and we have more people just like Seedy who are working hard and who have moved from their hometown to a different place and will be sharing their journey as well. So please stay tuned for those. Don't forget to donate for our cause. We have a page on GoFundMe. It will be linked along with this video, and support us on our social media channels. Thank you so much, everyone, and bye-bye until next time.
Thank you. Bye.
The Educational Passport Foundation. We turn dreams into action.